science, deductive, aktivis, energi, artis, disco, kopi, astronaut, akses, bisnis, radio kunci.
You are listening to RadioKunci, and we are coming to you live from IFA Gallery Berlin. We are now on the episode 3, studying space sharing. I would like to welcome Nuraini, who is the co-founder of KUNCI, Ferdi and Dina, who has been doing the episode 1 and 2, and Nuraini will be hosting our guests, Annette Kraus and Hinchu Chung, who are both artists and part of the collective Read In. And we will talk about the Read In Classic, more specifically, which is this door-to-door reading group. Merci.
Hello everyone. Thanks for inviting us here at the RadioKunci for Numpang as politics of sharing space. I'm glad to introduce the reading that we've involved in since 2011. Reading is a reading group, and currently we have 6 core members, and the group works as an open practice. Is anyone to join, and so therefore it has varied for 3 to up to about 20 people and participants. And they come through our emailings, or a personal or institutional invitation, or the common networks.
Through doing it, we understood that we are actually starting or actually trying to reclaim a space that reality TV and of course religious groups are claiming, and that through our practice we are kind of blurring this boundary or regaining it. It's also our conventions of privacy that we are, or public space, that we are questioning. And this uncomfortableness that Hanshu was pointing out is very much something that we read as a state of the body. Maybe I can add one moment to Hanshu's elaboration, and that's the image. This image has actually followed us from the beginning. We have been staging this image very early on. It's actually a quote from another reading group. There's no such thing as an innocent reading. It's a reading group that is formed in the 70s around the philosophers Louis Althusser and Jacques Rancière. And for us it had been in the beginning very much a reminder to kind of, as much as we like reading and believe that reading would give us some answers to our questions to the world, we also very much thought like we should kind of not take it for granted. And out of this not taking it for granted, this is this door-to-door format, which is one of several formats that we developed, emerged in order to kind of questioning our own taken for granted and conventions around reading together.
By listening your explanation about reading practices, it's like they want us to remember certain things, because during my this is important because I've been living in the Netherlands for quite some time, and I know that they don't remember that much. I mean, in compared to Indonesian students who had to go through that kind of education system. So yeah, that kind of thing. So that's why I really interested in there is no such thing as no innocent thing as memorizing, innocent memorizing.
Yes, which was the continuation of the sentence what Nuning is referring to, because exactly that, of course, then from a Western perspective we were asking ourselves, what do we remember? And how can we actually intervene in this memorizing regime?
You did it in different places, in different contexts. You did it in Netherlands, but you also did it in Germany, in Wiesbaden.
Yeah,
Wiesbaden, and also you did it in London, for example.
Also Florence in Italy.
You are often put yourself in numpang positions. Like because this radio is, we are also exploring this idea of numpang, of hitchhiking, of taking shelter, of living in someone else's space or someone else's home. You did reading groups in someone else's so-called property. I wonder from your experience, both of you, Hunju and Annette, how open is actually our society?
So thank you very much for Yanju and Annette for being here, and also thank you for all of you and for those who listen to our radio live event. And there are 10 people out there who listen to the radio session. So the next event will be on May 12th. So I hope you all can come here too on that day. So thank you and good night. Thanks God.